On a quiet Christmas morning, a young woman with a kind heart and a natural urge to help others, stood in front of the church door, gazing outside. The cool early morning air and the clear blue sky seemed like nature's way of decorating for a sacred holiday. I stepped into the small church, knelt in a corner, closed her eyes, and whispered a silent prayer. She prayed for goodness to spread, for those in hardship to find hope, and for lonely hearts to feel love. After her prayer, she stood up, adjusted her coat, and smiled. Her eyes sparkled with anticipation for the joys this Christmas day might bring. She stepped out of the church, her footsteps light on the empty street where the twinkling Christmas lights created a magical ambience. Maya had planned a special meal at her favorite Italian restaurant, a self-reward after months of hard work and saving up for a delightful feast. However, as she passed a quiet corner near the church, a sight made her pause. Sitting alone on a bench, away from the crowd, was an old man with silver hair and a deeply wrinkled face, bearing the marks of time. Under the dim glow of the Christmas lights, Maya noticed he was crying. Silent tears fell to the ground as he bowed his head, seemingly burdened by a profound sorrow. Maya stopped, her heart tightening. She hesitated for a moment, unsure if she should approach him. But with a heart full of compassion, Maya decided to move closer to the old man. "Excuse me, sir, are you all right?" Maya asked gently, careful not to startle him. The old man looked up, his tear-filled eyes quickly wiping away his tears. For a long moment, he said nothing, trying to regain his composure. Finally, he spoke, his voice full of emotion. "It's nothing, just memories," he said weakly, forcing a smile. Maya sat beside him, creating a comfortable space but still showing her concern and willingness to listen. "Sometimes, sharing what's in your heart can make it lighter," Maya said softly. "I'm here if you'd like to talk." The old man looked at her and nodded. Feeling Maya's sincerity, he began to share his story. "I came here hoping to see my family, but they turned me away," he said, his voice breaking, his hands trembling. "I just wanted a little time with my children and grandchildren, but they didn't want me there. Christmas, I have to spend it alone. I don't know why I came to the church. Maybe just to feel less lonely." Maya listened, her heart aching. She didn't know how to ease his pain, but she knew one thing. He shouldn't be alone today. "I'm so sorry," Maya said quietly, her voice filled with emotion. "No one deserves to feel like this, especially on Christmas." The old man nodded weakly, his eyes clouded with unshed tears. Maya looked at him, and in the silence between them, she felt a strong urge. While her day's plan was just a simple meal at a restaurant, she realized that this old man needed her more than she needed a special dinner. Maya stood up and said, "Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back." The old man looked at her skeptically, but Maya only smiled and quickly walked away from the church. Determined to do something to make him happy, she couldn't let him spend Christmas alone. Maya entered a nearby shop filled with Christmas gifts and the scent of sweet pastries. She chose a cup of hot coffee and a pastry. She also picked out a beautiful Christmas card and wrote a simple yet heartfelt message. She wanted him to feel that, even if he had lost his family, he could still find warmth and love around him. When she returned to the church, the old man was still there, but this time he wasn't bowing his head. Instead, he seemed to be waiting for something. Maya gently approached him, smiling as she extended her hands. "This is for you," Maya said softly, handing him the coffee and pastry. "I thought these might brighten your day a little." The old man looked at her, his eyes filled with surprise and emotion. "You really came back?" he whispered, his voice choking. Maya smiled, placing the Christmas card beside him. "I thought these might make your Christmas a bit brighter." He stared at the card, his trembling hands picking it up. His eyes turned red as he read the words Maya had written. "It's been so long since someone showed me this kind of kindness," the old man said, his voice heavy with emotion. "Thank you, truly, thank you." Maya gently placed her hand on his shoulder. "I just wanted you to know that you're not alone this Christmas. I'll be here if you need me." Later, Maya invited him to her small home, where they shared a simple dinner under the soft glow of Christmas lights. They talked about old memories and life, creating a bond that transcended age and circumstance. In the warmth of that Christmas night, the old man found solace, and Mai found the true spirit of the season: love, kindness, and connection. Mai opened the letter, and the words inside moved her deeply. The letter read, "Dear me, because of your kindness, I feel that I have regained hope and joy in life. This Christmas, I not only received the warmth of human kindness, but also realized that true sharing is an invaluable gift. You have shown me that love and kindness are never calculated or measured. These gifts are just a small token compared to the feelings I have for you. I wish you a Christmas full of peace and happiness. I hope you will continue to spread good things to the world, just as you did for me. With all my gratitude, Mr. Luong." Mai placed the letter down and looked at the gold watch. Her heart raced, not because of the value of the gift, but because of the sincere feelings that Mr. Luong had expressed to her. She didn't think she had done anything grand, but her small act had created a significant change in him. A few days later, Mai received another gift, this time a new bicycle and a collection of rare books that she loved. Each time, Mai felt surprised but also deeply moved. Though she never expected anything in return, Mr. Luong's thoughtfulness made her feel cherished. Mai sat down and wrote a thank you letter to Mr. Luong, in which she shared that she never expected anything back from him, but she truly appreciated the kindness he had shown her. She emphasized that the gifts he gave were not the reason she did good deeds, but because she believed that kindness always holds the greatest value. "Dear Mr. Luong, I am truly moved by the gifts you have given me. However, I did not do these things to receive anything in return. I just want to do good things because I believe that only when we love and share, the world truly becomes a better place. I don't need material gifts. I just hope that you will always feel happy and loved. Thank you for giving me a wonderful Christmas. I wish you health and peace in the new year. Warm regards, May." From that day on, Mai's relationship with Mr. Luong grew closer. They met more often, shared stories, and enjoyed peaceful moments in life. Mr. Luong was no longer just someone Mai helped. Over time, he became an older friend, a teacher who taught her the strength of kindness and the true meaning of sharing. Mai learned that sometimes the greatest gifts are not expensive or material things. The priceless gifts are each other's presence, words of encouragement during hard times, and the sharing we offer to others. Life went on, but for Mai and Mr. Luong, that Christmas had changed both of them, opening a new chapter full of hope and compassion. And though there may be expensive gifts, the gifts that come from the heart are the most precious.